this is Saif here. So today we'll see one more scenario wherein the interviews are asked when there is a flat file which we are receiving. So if you'll see this flat file, here we have multiple delimiters. So how will you handle multiple delimiters flat file as a source? So if you'll see this file, so I have first delimiter as pipe. If you move ahead, then there is a second delimiter as dollar. Moving ahead, third delimiter as tilde sign, and the fourth delimiter as at the rate. So here if you will see, I have multiple delimiters which are coming. So how to handle these types of sources? Let's try to see in this. So what I'll do is I'll go to my designer tool and let's try to import this flat file as a source. So source, this is a flat file, and we'll go to the path, the required path where the flat file is stored. So now my server software and client software is both installed on the Windows machine. So I know the path is this. So I'll go to my computers, C drive, Informatica, 9, server, InfaShared, and source files. So if you'll see, there's a file called multiple delimiters file underscore source. So I'll just say OK. Once you say OK, this is the pop-up which will appear. Now first option says delimiter and the second says fixed width. So you can handle two different flat files. Now as this is a different delimiter, so and if you see, start importing at row 1. So just check mark on this because I don't want my target to contain this as a column. So I want to import the data right from the first line, right from the second line, that is the actual data. So I'll skip the headers. Next, here is the option which you can move. So what you'll do is just remove the comma option from here and go to the others. Here you need to specify all the delimiters in the sequence which it is appearing. Keep that in mind. So the first one is pipe, then moving ahead the second is dollar, moving ahead tilde, the fourth is at the rate. So it's been handled. Let's say next. Now if you'll see, the first column is name, or name is the data type of text, order number, text. So you just need to cross check the data types. Sometimes it misbehaves. So this is the product in numbers. This should be text, number, and text. So all looks good, just say finish. So flat file has been imported. If you want to preview the data, what you can do is just right click on this, preview the data, and so you need to go to that path. So let's say I'll say all files, which is that file, this is the file, and just say open it. Now if you'll see this, you can see all has been separated cleanly. So you have imported the flat file cleanly. Now what we will do, we'll just try to create one scenario over here. So in this sense, I just want to send the data to my target table where discount was available. So if you'll see, Bithun, Tanmay and Rupesh, these three people had the discounts, whereas Saif and Ram didn't have any discounts. So we'll try to load the data. Now my source file is in place. Now I need to create my target as a flat file as well. So what I'll do is, I know my source structures and target structures are same. So I'll drag this source into my target designer. I'll go over here and just change this name to target. So my source and target structures are ready. Let's start designing the mapping. So let's drag the source. So this is the mapping name. Let's give it's a handling multiple delimiters. Okay, so source is in place. Let's bring in my target. Target is in place. Now what we need to do is, we need to filter the data, because we need to send the data only where my discount was available. So I'll add a transformation called filter, and let's say discount, and let's pull in the data from the source, the ports, and send the ports ahead. Double click on filter transformation, go to the properties tab. What I'll do is, I'll go to my ports column, discount available, yes, in single quotes, Y. So only those records will be sent ahead. Let's save this mapping. So mapping is valid. Copy the mapping name. Let's go to the workflow. Let's create a new workflow. And let's create a task for it. That is a session. And associate your mapping. Now what I'll do is I'll just connect this. Now as my source target structure and target structure is flat file, so just cross check. So this is the path from where the file would be read, and this is the file name. Now going to your target, so $pm target file directory, and I'll just change the file name as $_source txt. So I'll just run, sorry, it's already there. I just should write tgt. So I'll just run this plainly. I'll show you first what the problem is, and then we'll try to rectify and try to move ahead. So I'm running this. So if you go to my source file, this is the source file and target file, so there is no target file as such. So just right click and start your workflow. Let's go to your monitor tool. So this is getting executed. Now if you'll see, 5 records have been read and 3 records have been written. So that monitor tool is showing me correct details as per the expectations what we have written the code. Now let's go to my target files. Yes, I can see one file over here which has been created. Let's double click on this. My file has been generated. But if you demonstrate, so there are couple of things, not couple of things, many things we'll try to. So here these 4 things has taken as delimiter in spite of what we gave comma, pipe or anything. So that has been taken as a delimiter. If you'll see, after every record the same is appearing. So which I don't want like this. I want my target as a flat file either to be separated by a delimiter as a comma or maybe a pipe, whatever I want. And also if you'll see, these are the double quotes. Even I don't want this. Second, and the third thing is I want the column name also. So there are three things which I need to take care of. So what I'll do is I'll go to my source files and I'll open just, so it was already been opened. So I'll just copy this column names because I will need it somewhere to put. So I'll show you. Let's go over here, double click over here, go to the mapping tab, target is a file, and here there is an option of set file properties. Go to the advanced tab. Here if you can see, this is the delimiter because of which it has been separated. I'll just remove this and I can give comma, pipe, whatever you want. That is the first thing. And the double quotes, I want no quotes. That is the second thing. Just say OK. And the third thing is here this is an option of headers which says no header. That's why no header was outputted. So I'll use this and I'll just write echo followed by my column names. So here you just need to keep an eye that I'll just separate this with a comma. So my so it's done, and just say OK. Save it. Every time you run, your file gets overwritten. So hopefully it should get overwritten. So successfully succeeded. Let's go to my target folder. Let's open this file. So if you'll see, I have my column names. Second thing, the delimiter which was coming, I have eradicated that. Third thing, I had the double quotes, I have eradicated that. So the data has been loaded cleanly to my target as a file. Now going into more detail, which I don't think, but it could be a scenario. Sometimes interviewers ask, what if I want to capture the file name in the target file? So there is an option which says, now let's try to tackle that. So what you need to do is, you need to go to the source analyzer, double click on your source as a structure, go to the properties tab. There is an option which says add currently processed flat file name port. So you just need to say OK. Come to your mapping designer. Now if you'll see over here, that port has been reflecting. Now what I'll do is I'll take this port ahead. So I'll bring this port over here now. So what I'll do is, in my target I want the same column, So what I'll do is I'll just copy this name, or I can write as a file name also. So let's add one more column which says file name, data type of string 256, because by default it is 256. Now this is coming over here. I'll bring this board, I'll bring this. First I'll show you again one more problem, then we'll try to mitigate it. Let's save this, let's refresh this, and let's re-execute this. You know the file gets overwritten. If you want to append it, so there is an option which says append if exist. So I'll just run this now. If you'll see over here, there is extra column which over here file name is not reflecting. Why didn't I? Oh, why the file name is not reflecting over here is because we have not added in the header command output that file name, so that's why it's not written. So we'll try to mitigate that, and if you'll see this, this is the file name which is getting appeared, which I don't want. So if you'll see this, I'll just come over here. So this is the entire thing. Now out of that, this is my only file name. I want that. So what you will do is, so here out of this string, so we'll just copy this. Now what we will do is, we will try to write a small select statement. Select, and I'll use substring syntax, substring in string, a combination of this. So how the syntax goes, this is this file, this is the string, and I want to start from here. So if I want to go over here, then I'll have to use instring, instr. So instring, so it has string. Then what is my delimiter, what is my format? So the format is backslash. So I want to start from the first position. So I want to start from the first position, and which occurrence you can say, so this is first, second, third, fourth. You can do that also. Start from first and start reading from -1. I can do that also. Ways of doing things. And let's use a dummy table called deal, and let's try to see what is the output. So currently processed file name. So it is telling me invalid identifier. Okay, so select this is from deauthorization. So select currently. So this is a string. So this is the format. Start from the first position. Start from the first position. Which occurrence? Okay. So I should have written start from behind and give me first occurrence, and let's do +1 over here. Hopefully this should correct me. What is telling currently processed file name. Okay, so the error which it is giving is, I need to, in spite of using a dummy column, I need to use as an inline view. So select, so I'll give this as a column alias, and that column alias would be this string. So let's guess this string from there. So I'll just show you, if I run this, what happens. What I'll do is, I'll just execute this. So let's execute this. So this will give me the entire string. From this entire string, now we will try to load this. So now you will see, so this is coming exactly what we wanted. Now what I'll do is, I'll copy this piece of code. I'll copy this piece of code from here, and I'll come to my designer. Now I need to handle that. So does it allow me? But does it allow me to do this? It does not allow me to do anything. I would have done that over here. So what I'll do is, I'll delete these ports, and I'll add a transformation called expression, and I'll just format it as per my requirement. I just want my flat file as a, so let's bring this over here, and let's connect these ports, or in spite right select all, because all the ports are in sequence, and this is map. Now what I'll do is, I'll just delete this, because this won't be the, this will be just copy this and paste this. So this will be input and this will be output. So the naming convention, let's go, this is an output port, and the code which we have written, let's copy that code from here and give that code as, let's pass this code over here, validate this, looks good, just say okay, okay, let's link this, and this is linked, save this, this is saved. And one more thing which we wanted to reflect, that file name, so we'll go to target as a flat file, and let's add the header over here of file name. So I'm done with all the things, just say okay, save this. I hope the mapping would have refreshed. Oh no, it has not. Let's refresh that and save this, and let's rerun this. Hopefully this time it should eradicate everything. So successfully executed. Let's go to my target as a flat file. So that's it. Now if you'll see, earlier this column was not reflecting, now that column is reflecting. We have handled multiple delimiters and replaced with any delimiter which you want. And earlier we saw a problem, the entire path of my flat file was reflecting, so using substring and string option we removed that. I hope this could give you a good explanation on how to handle multiple delimiters in flat file as a source. So this is the video which I wanted to demonstrate you. So if you have any questions, as I always say, please feel free to drop an email on smitsytechnologies@gmail.com. And if smitsytechnologies@gmail.com, and that's it from my side for the day. And hopefully I'll try to come up with a new scenario. And if you have any scenarios in your mind which needs to be demonstrated, do send an email. If I'll get some time of my hectic schedules, I'll work on it and respond to you. So this is Saif signing from this tutorial. Have a nice time and have a great day. Bye.